you got any final thoughts for the show?
Make jukes, not war.
Can we edit that out?
Nope. I had my game face on.
I think we can.
Hello and welcome to what is a video orientated over the Mclaren Senna. A rule-breaking and, well, very professional and very successful hypercar made by McLaren in around 2018. It was sort of created to sort of honour the absolute legend of a racer, Senna. I can't quite pronounce his first name properly, but he's an absolute legend, so you need to, if you haven't already, look at some of the races he raced, because they were absolutely extraordinary. But here I have two Mclaren Sennas, one made by Majorette in their premium line, and one made by Hotwheels in their mainline line. And this one is the sort of first edition, first one ever made, or first release, and this one is also, I believe, the first release of the Majorette. So we'll get them both open, get them both sort of having a look, and we'll see how they both compare. Now, packaging wise, we don't get much different. I've already had this open to have a look, so it's not quite perfect, but we see this little card here which has specs on the back. Nice Majorette packaging overall, it's nice to display. All the manufacturers on the back there, and just sort of boring information stuff, except for when you get to Majorette's contacts, which have YouTube, their webpage, and also their Facebook and Instagram. Mostly Majorette Australasia. They're all active on their accounts, so best to have a look and message them if you have any inquiries. Now, straight out of the box, they are relatively same size, not too far away from each other. Obviously the Majorette being slightly bigger as it's a slightly bigger scale. We'll have a look at the Majorette first, with it being a 156 scale, so it's a slightly bigger scale than the Hot Wheels. You can see which doesn't have a scale, but they're both very nice, rather heavy casts. They both feel quite nice to hold, and details on both of them are quite nice. Mouldings on them are again very nice, and details, we'll have a look in a second, are definitely above average on the Majorette. Now, starting with the side, we'll see both have done the door very well. They've moulded it, and in terms of the rear moulding there on the sort of rear side here, the rear sort of arches, both of them are done very well. And I like the way how this Majorette has sort of, I believe that's the paint code there. I like that, it looks very nice. On the Majorette, one thing they've done better is making this sort of trim here plastic instead of metal. It sort of breaks up the body very well. So Majorette definitely gets the mark there. But in terms of the doors, I prefer the Hot Wheels one slightly more, as it looks a bit better, it's more flush. But in terms of movement, the Majorette definitely does a lot better, having the door fully openable, and it just looks very nice. The way it opens is very flush, and it closes and suits it very well. Of course, the Majorette also has suspension when you push down on it, and in general is a very nice cast. Both of them are. Now, I can't decide which one's better in terms of side, so you guys will have to do it for me. Now, onto the rear. Now, both of them are done very well, with details such as the McLaren badges, and you won't be able to tell on camera, but in person it's definitely very clear that it does still have some lights on there, or at least they are embossed into the metal. The exhausts are done very well on the Majorette, whereas they aren't as present on the Hot Wheels. But different elements are done very well, such as the lights being very present, the reflectors there, and also a Senna badge just there. Now, in terms of detail, I'm going to have to give it to the Hot Wheels, although the wing has done a lot better on both of them. I definitely prefer the metal versus plastic, but they're both very well done. Casting on both of them are very well, but I'm going to have to give it to the Hot Wheels because it's just so much better in terms of realism, in terms of the accuracy and the detailing. Now onto the front, we have a very clear winner. In terms of the very low look of the Senna, the Hot Wheels definitely takes the lowness, as this one with the suspension, that should be about where it should be, but with the suspension it's probably double the height it should be, but that's not a problem. It still looks very nice in photos. But in terms of the detailing, we see there's both have the McLaren badges, very well done on each, as you can see, very nice. camera won't pick it up, but in person they are very, very nice. And I like the way there's a license plate bracket on the Majorette. That looks very, very nice. And on the front, it's just sort of sculpted a lot better on the Senna from Majorette than it is on Hot Wheels. You can see nice license plates there, a breakup where the plastic should be, or where it should be carbon fibre on the real one, where there's black, and on the Hot Wheels there isn't. It just isn't quite there. And just in general, little things like wing mirrors are nicely done there. Paint is not a problem on either of them. Of course, it would be nice if I could have one of the same colour from each, but I didn't pick up the orange one because I didn't find it. The wheels on both are very nice. They match up very well, and in terms, they're both very, very nice. So I'm going to have to ask you all, which one was your favourite and which one deserves a win for this one, for the manufacturer comparison of the Mclaren Senna. As always, please do not be afraid to comment, like and subscribe. And of course, as always, before you go into the photos, stay safe, have fun everyone, and of course, stay Jugan.